As most of you will know, last Saturday we concluded the Pro Wrestling World Cup, the final shot of which was the winner, Kushida, lifting aloft the Pro Wrestling World Cup trophy. That trophy, which now, unfortunately, looks like this. More importantly, we want to extend our apologies to him, to Will Ospreay, who put on one hell of a grand final. This will not stand. Joe Hendry and El Ligero I have suspended for the week while I concoct a fitting punishment for the pair. Again, I can only apologise to Kushida, Will Ospreay for all who saw the Pro Wrestling World Cup tarnished in their eyes by the actions of the Prestige. This will simply not go unpunished.
Straight to the face, the bones break. You're taking it all, taking as much as you can take. Can't resistance, gonna watch them fall. Fight back, need a kick in the ass. Wait a second too long, now you're missing the chance. You leave it all behind again. Raise your fist up high, let the beating begin. Fight back, need a kick in the ass. Wait a second too long, now you're missing the chance. You leave it all behind again. Raise your fist up high, let the beating begin.
Tonight in Manchester, the WCPW Tag Team titles are on the line. And what will our General Manager, Adam Blampied, do about the Prestige and their heinous actions at the conclusion of the Pro Wrestling World Cup Finals? Dave Bradshaw here alongside James R. Kennedy. And James, this is going to be a heck of a night here on Loaded.
It's a heck of a night for General Manager Adam Blampied. What does he do about the Prestige? They're running amok. And I, for one, am glad that the Prestige are doing just that. Oh, speak of the devils, and they shall appear, Dave Bradshaw.
Yeah, the key word being devils. The Prestige sunk to a new low in Newcastle a couple of weeks ago at those Pro Wrestling World Cup Finals. We know that our General Manager, Adam Blampied, has been ruminating for the past week on what he's going to do about all of those gentlemen, especially these two, the prestigious one, WCPW champion Joe Hendry, and the holder of the Magnificent 7 briefcase, El Ligero.
Well, look at that, Dave Bradshaw. Look at the Prestige. So happy to be here. Happier than anyone else would be. Listen to the reception that the Prestige are getting from this capacity crowd.
Yeah, I can hear it. Trust me, I can hear it.
Well, they don't care. I can tell you that for nothing. Joe Hendry, the WCPW champion, El Ligero, the holder of the Magnificent 7 briefcase, do not care because they hold all the cards in this company.
Should be completely ashamed of themselves, but you're right, they are totally shameless. And to think, this man, Joe Hendry, is the man who holds the most prestigious title in WCPW. It makes me actually sick.
Someone get you a bucket, because long may it continue. You may need a couple. This man will never lose that title so long as he deems that he should be the one to hold it. Joe Hendry.
I don't know what Adam Blampied decided. Hendry may not have a job by the end of tonight. If Blampied has decided to take drastic action, we will find out in due course. But right now, I guess we're going to hear from the champion.
Well, if these people would shut their mouths, maybe we would. disgusting comments from the people of Manchester. Show some respect to the WCPW champ.
Well.
Oh, God.
Hang on. Well, it looks like we're not going to have to wait very long to find out what Adam Blampier's decision is. Our general manager looks absolutely livid.
Nice to see you dressed up for tonight.
Joe Hendry, shut the f*** up! What? I'm sorry for my language. No, I'm not. Joe Hendry, shut the f*** up! I don't put up with the prestige being a giant 5-man pain in my ass for too long. But 2 weeks ago, you boys crossed the line. Okay, you want to try our beatdowns? You want to try and ruin our biggest ever Pro Wrestling World Cup? Well, you are sure as hell going to find out your actions have consequences. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Oh my God, don't be so disrespectful, Blampied.
There is a power play going on here.
Your actions have consequences, Joe. They have 3 consequences, in fact. Consequence the first. You're going to be in a match tonight, Joe. You're going to be in a match against the man who humiliated you, who embarrassed you, and who beat you at the Scottish World Cup qualifiers, Kenny Williams. And I hope he does that again. Consequence the second. You're going to put your WCPW title on the line on October 2nd at Refuse to Lose against the aerial assassin Will Ospreay.
What?
That's huge! Huge news!
What? That's not fair. Not fair, Dave Bradshaw.
Listen to this. These fans in Manchester approve of that decision.
And finally, consequence the third. This one's going out to you, L dickhead.
Someone censor this man.
See that little briefcase you've been carrying around that refused so far to cash in on your BFF Joe Hendry? You're going to put that briefcase on the line right now. Right now, in a hardcore match.
Oh no.
Right now, in a hardcore match against a mystery opponent of my choosing. So let's just, you wait there. Let's get a referee out there, and Joe Hendry, get the f*** out of my ring.
Blampied not messing about. 3 huge announcements from our general manager. And look at this, El Ligero, with no time to prepare, a hardcore match with the Magnificent 7 briefcase on the line. But who's the opponent?
I think El Ligero and all of us are about to find out. This is not good. Not good at all for the prestige. Joe Hendry storming off after the general manager. And no wonder. Oh God. Oh, I know what that music is.
There is only one. He is the WCPW Hardcore Champion, Primate, the opponent for El Ligero. Oh my. Ligero may not make it out of Manchester alive. Oh, Coffey! Joe Coffey!
Yes.
And Joe Hendry jumping Primate on the stage.
But what will Adam Blampied do about this now? He didn't say that the prestige weren't allowed to get involved in this one. The match hasn't even started, Bradshaw.
Well, even if it had a hardcore match, no rules,
Exactly.
right? No disqualification, so the prestige, I guess, can do what they like, but this is not going to do nothing to improve the mood of Adam Blampied, who insisted on this match just a moment ago.
He was in a bad mood anyway. But, and here is the key word, but, Adam Blampied angered the prestigious one, Joe Hendry. And he is fighting back with a vengeance and his prestige brothers.
Joe Coffey is delighting in the reaction of this crowd. And Primate being triple teamed now. This is
Primate
pathetic.
down on the mat. He's in real trouble here before this hardcore match even gets underway. And now satisfied with their work, the Iron King and the prestigious one vacate the scene. Ring the bell, referee.
Oh, yeah, now we have a match.
Don't forget, Dave Bradshaw, what's up for grabs here.
That Magnificent 7 briefcase. El Ligero doesn't think he's in any danger of losing it now after what just happened with Coffey and Hendry. Look at this arrogance, this cockiness from the Mexican sensation.
Well, El Ligero can afford to put his feet up right now because that was quite the savage beating that the Prestige put on Primate. But if I was El Ligero, I wouldn't be taking this beast too lightly. This is his domain, don't forget, the hardcore match.
El Ligero believing this is a matter of when, not if. And Primate is even struggling to stand on his feet here. Again, this match a punishment, the hardcore title not on the line.
Well, there you go. El Ligero, nothing to gain, everything to lose.
Primate's up. Primate is up. Ligero doesn't realise Primate has found that second wind that he's so notorious for.
Turning round slowly, doesn't want to face the beast.
Running back elbow from Primate. Second time Ligero goes down. And now with Coffey and Hendry back in the locker room area. Oh God, German suplex, and that briefcase suddenly looks a lot less safe.
Look at this, after who could soak up a beating like Primate did from the Prestige and moments later be on his feet?
Well, Primate has gone under the ring and he's found a chair.
Primate is one of a kind. He's a supremely dangerous individual. This man's inhuman, I would say.
He's certainly planning inhuman things to do to El Ligero as he wedges that chair between the top and middle turnbuckle. Ligero has been stunned at what he thought was going to be a cakewalk after the help from his Prestige buddies, and he's finding it's going to be anything but here.
This hardcore match, it does not suit El Ligero.
Oh, Ligero face first into the steel chair.
And that's exactly why. Face first into the cold, unforgiving steel. Primate loving the opportunity to inflict pain on another human being.
By the end of the Pro Wrestling World Cup, the Prestige looked like they were in total control of WCPW. They had Primate's got a steel can here.
I think Primate thinks El Ligero's rubbish and he wants to prove it quite literally.
Primate demanding that Ligero come back into the ring. Now El Ligero is going under the ring. He's found a bit in a similar can, but not quite the same size.
It ain't Primate sized. I don't think you'll fit that beast in there.
Ligero is coming back in anyway. It's the best he can do, it looks like. So here we go.
This is not a good situation for the Mexican sensation. Look at this. It was about all he could do, you're right.
What's plan B? There is no plan B. You're unconscious.
It certainly is. Comes down hard on the back of his head. What is Primate doing now? Always has something up his sleeve, even when he's not wearing it.
Doing a bit of repair work on that bin so he can use it a second time against Ligero here.
As I say, he thinks El Ligero's rubbish.
Ligero head first into that trash can.
Primate better not hesitate here. He can't take an athlete like El Ligero lightly.
You're not looking so prestigious now, Ligero, are you? Here comes Primate.
Doesn't look good.
Primate into the face of El Ligero through that steel bin. And now where's he going?
This isn't good for El Ligero, one of the best wrestlers on the planet, which was why he was headhunted by the Prestige.
Primate's got that chair. Primate's got a chair. Ligero has no idea where Primate is. And there is going to be a considerable ringing in the ears of El Ligero for several days, I would suggest.
Had to be like a gunshot going off.
Cover to win the Magnificent 7 briefcase, and it's a 2 count. Ligero holds on somehow, but he is rolling to the outside to try and get some respite. What I was about to say before all of that happened was, by the end of those World Cup finals, The Prestige, where they had everything. They had the WCPW title, they had the Hardcore title, the Magnificent 7 briefcase. Well, they lost the Hardcore title last week. They may be about to lose the briefcase as well.
Oh, don't remind me. You always come up with things that just depress the situation, Bradshaw.
And it refused to lose after that announcement from Adam Blampied. Well, Joe Hendry could lose the only thing they might have left by that point, the WCPW title to Will Ospreay.
Oh, Primate wants to do a little bakery.
And he smashed Ligero in the skull. Ligero is somehow still on his feet, but I'm not sure he knows where he is. Ligero fights back.
Well, Ligero's no slouch. Ligero is one of the best. That's why he's a member of the Prestige. That is exactly why he holds the Magnificent 7 briefcase.
Shot to Primate there. And the problem here, and the thing that makes El Ligero an underdog here against Primate, is that Primate has made a career, made a living out of these kinds of matches, these hardcore matches. El Ligero far less used to this, obviously, and even with that interference from Joe Hendry and Joe Coffey at the start of the match, as you can see, oh my God!
Well,
One of our crew members, I was going to say, as you can see, Primate's on top, and that is even more true now.
Primate just devastating human beings left, right and centre.
Oh no! Primate!
That has to be a broken hand, broken finger at the very least.
Primate's hand going into that steel. Referee is checking if Primate can even continue here.
That won't stop Primate. He may well be in a lot of pain. But look, El Ligero using the opportunity. Smart, clever, one of the best under the ring. He now has his own steel chair.
Why is that smart and clever?
Well, he has to do whatever it takes to take down the beast that is Primate.
Yeah, but it's not exactly novel to look under the ring for weapons. It's not the first wrestler to ever do that.
Well, what would you do in this situation? You would run
I'm not saying
away.
it's the wrong thing to do, but let's not give him credit for doing the obvious.
Oh,
Ligero ends up on the chair. Now how clever does he look?
what does Primate have in mind here? Look how quickly Primate has recovered
Where's
from
he going?
smashing his hand against that post.
I think Primate is taking a run up. Even with a corner, this is going to be some momentum. Primate, here he comes, and Primate knocking El Ligero onto that hard floor.
Well, back to what you were saying, Bradshaw, the plan of El Ligero to use his own steel chair, it backfired on him there.
El Ligero, once more, with very little clue. If he's in Manchester, Leeds, he doesn't know where he is.
And again, Ligero has nothing to gain. The Primate, a thinking man's monster.
He's getting a member of our audience here to help him out. This is hazardous for everyone involved. El Ligero puts the brakes on. And the elbow into the face is going to stop that chair from being used. Charming as ever, El Ligero. Oh my God! Ligero sent into the crowd. He thinks that's a victory of some kind.
Now, how about that plan, though? El Ligero using the ringside area to his advantage to take Primate down.
He didn't take him down.
Well, if it wasn't for that safety barrier, Primate would be on the ground.
All right, I'll grant you that. Well, now he is on the ground. A steel chair thrown into the face of Primate. And El Ligero having to throw everything he has, both figuratively and literally, at Primate to hold on to this Magnificent 7 briefcase.
Well, again, this is a punishment. Nothing more than a punishment from General Manager Adam Blampied to El Ligero. And I, for one, think it's disgusting. What does El Ligero have to do to earn the respect of someone like Blampied? He's supposed to be impartial.
It will maybe not ruin one of the biggest moments in WCPW history at the end of the Pro Wrestling World Cup. That might be a start.
Oh!
Primate throwing a drink into the face of Ligero. Chop across the chest. Primate is in his element here, out in the crowd. I'm not sure why Ligero brought it out here, because this, I think, gives Primate even more of an advantage.
Well, Ligero's going to regret taking this fight out into the people, because, as you say, Primate can fight anywhere and any time. He doesn't need a wrestling ring to cause maximum carnage.
Yeah, they're right near our commentary table now. Primate is in hot pursuit of Ligero. Ligero's got a toy championship belt. It must have been taken from one of the fans in the crowd.
Oh,
Primate! Ligero got distracted. Primate is going to continue to brawl with Ligero.
and they're going all the way to the entranceway here. They may disappear to the back Not the first time we've seen that from Primate.
Primate doesn't care what he has to do. What is this from Primate? Onto the shoulders goes Ligero. Ripping at the face, Ligero desperate. Any means necessary here for Ligero.
What the Prestige is all about.
The referee ended up holding the boot involuntarily. There was an assistant there to El Ligero against his will was Chris Sharp, and the result is that Primate is down and out on the stage.
Well, El Ligero very, very smartly coming back to the ring. If I were he, I would get back inside that wrestling ring. Try to forget all this hardcore business. He has a briefcase up. It's on the line, Dave Bradshaw. This could be a very, very disastrous start to Loaded for the Prestige.
Wouldn't that be a shame?
Yes, it would be a shame. Absolutely, it would be a shame.
How can you continue to defend them? After everything they've done in the past couple of weeks, you're still their cheerleader.
Because they're world-class athletes. They deserve the benefit of the doubt, Bradshaw.
Benefit that. You're embarrassing yourself. And that's something you do quite often, but this is worse than normal.
Oh, come on. And there we go. El Ligero, just as I suggested, managerial expertise, throws Primate back into the ring and now wants to make cookies out of his skull.
Ligero's head may have been ringing earlier after that shot when he had the trash can on his head, but those stereo shots of the baking trays will do something very similar to Primate. Takes another hit across the top of the back.
Making cookie dough out of Primate's head. There's a stack of chairs.
Like a pile of twisted metal that El Ligero is going to try and use in a hostile way against Primate. Forearm sends the hardcore champion reeling.
Look at Primate's eyes. El Ligero, you can't showboat, not against this beast. You need to get back on the offensive very quickly,
He
Ligero.
can't help himself. He cannot help himself.
Well, the people love him so much. El Ligero, the Mexican sensation, the holder of the Magnificent 7 briefcase.
Delusional. Absolutely delusional. El Ligero trying for the superplex onto those chairs. Primate in real trouble if that happens. Ligero raking the eyes of Primate, who was trying to fight back. This is do or die time now in this hardcore match.
I'll agree with you on that. El Ligero must connect with this move. Simply must.
Ligero, he's got him up. Oh no, superplex! Primate, spine first, into that pile of steel chairs.
That's the opening for El Ligero. Cover Primate quickly and you will win.
And is it though? Just a 2, but it was very, very close to El Ligero surviving to live another day, so to speak, with that Magnificent 7 briefcase.
And now, what does El Ligero do? If that won't put Primate away, what will? What will do it, Dave Bradshaw? And El Ligero showing so much frustration. He believed that this one was all said and done.
This kind of resilience is exactly why Primate is the hardcore champion, now for a second time. Primate just refusing to die in any of these kind of matches.
Uh-oh.
Hang on.
Uh-oh.
What is that Ligero has? El Ligero.
I don't think it's going to be money in that little pouch. What do you think?
I have a suspicion what it might be, but
I think your suspicions are about to become correct.
thumbtacks, hundreds of them.
Can you believe this? What a way to kick off Loaded. Adam Blampied has poked the bear, so to speak. El Ligero willing to do anything it takes to hold on to that Magnificent 7 briefcase.
Look at those spikes poking up into the air off the canvas. Primate trying to make Ligero regret that. Don't forget, Primate's already taken that superplex onto the chairs. A low blow, and it's all legal. This is a hardcore match. There is no disqualification.
No rules, no mercy from El Ligero, and that's simply the way it must be in a match as dangerous as this one.
El Ligero setting up that chair again, and once more that hubris, cockiness of El Ligero coming into play. He's picked up some of the...
There's a handful of the tacks.
What is this? Ligero.
Oh no, he has
We've seen this in
cruel intentions.
a match before. El Ligero trying to put some of those thumbtacks into the mouth of Primate. Primate fighting off. Primate! Overhead suplex, El Ligero! Lands hard on the thumbtacks.
Did you hear the scream from El Ligero when he landed flush on all of those thumbtacks? Ow! That hurt Dave Bradshaw, and Primate now picking up a handful of the tacks himself.
Turn around, fair play here for Primate. Or
No.
even worse. Oh, he's put them in. Oh, God! Can you believe that? Right into the mini Ligeros.
I don't think that El Ligero will have the Mexican horn anytime soon after that one.
Spear by Primate. Here comes the cover. Primate to win the Magnificent 7.
And wait a minute now, who's that at ringside?
Oh, it's Gunn.
It's BT Gunn.
BT Gunn, the man who lost the hardcore title to Primate last week.
This is revenge from BT Gunn for what Primate did, taking that title belt away from him.
Primate furious. Ligero with the briefcase.
Prestige always have a plan, Bradshaw.
Knock Primate out cold. Ligero, oh, come on. Come on. Oh, yes, Primate kicked out. Primate kicked out.
No way, but look at this BT Gunn coming back inside the ring to finish the job that he started. And we've seen this before, Bradshaw.
Now he won the hardcore title back at Stacked. BT Gunn
Simply vicious.
may have knocked Primate out cold here.
BT Gunn now has one of those steel chairs.
How many members of the Prestige is it going to take to win this match?
As many as it takes, by any means necessary. That is the mantra of the Prestige. They will do
God, look at
anything
this.
it takes to win.
Look at this, onto the chair, stomping the skull of Primate onto that steel.
Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that this is morally right, Dave Bradshaw. I'm a human being after all. But
Comes out Ligero wins it. El Ligero.
any means necessary. As I said.
The winner of this contest, El Ligero!
It took 4 men to put down Primate tonight in Manchester, but El Ligero survives with that Magnificent 7 briefcase. Give the assist to the Prestige.
Primate motionless on the canvas. Another savage beating from the Prestige. Adam Blampied must be furious. The Prestige always find a way.
Well, when we come back after the break, the WCPW Tag Team titles on the line. War Machine defend against the Jürgen Glubren. It's coming up next